Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tek Talk. I am Jennifer Cooper. I'm the fractional CMO at fOCUS360. And today our guest is Barrett Davis, the CEO and co-founder of NterNow. Welcome, Barrett, to Tek Talk today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here today.
Awesome. Well, just for anybody that doesn't know, Tek Talk is a small recording. We try to keep these in bite-sized nuggets of learnings. We cover everything from marketing to technology, to strategy, innovation, product development, all different types of topics. And today we thought, let's have Barrett from NterNow to learn a little bit more about the company and what NterNow is doing in the home building industry. And why it was interesting, to us at fOCUS360 in particular, is we are all about integrations. We've had several integrations over the last year or two, and integration remains such an important aspect for home builders today. And really, the more and more technology is coming to the forefront of customer experience. So we want to hear what NterNow is doing to bring technology into the home building experience, because really, I believe that technology empowers the customer. I believe that products, offering self-touring and on-demand services are really here for good. So would love to dig in and learn a little bit more. So if people aren't familiar with NterNow, if you can tell us a little bit about what you offer, and tell us how long NterNow has been around, and give us the 101 on NterNow, if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet you. I'm glad everybody is here today on the eclipse day and everything. So just
Yeah.
NterNow started back in 2018 with a simple mission of, how can we get consumers into homes on demand so they don't have to interact with a realtor to use a key box to go inside or to tour a home that might not have an agent there or an agent on site. So, traditional staffing hours, 10 to 6 p.m. As somebody busy like me, a busy professional, we get off at 6. So I always wanted to tour a home after hours, always had to coordinate with realtors, etc. I was like, there's got to be an easier way. And I had a background in security and access. So I was like, there's got to be some way we can allow people to see a home, verify who they are, get them in on time, give them that convenience to tour a home, and give them that innovative experience. And so we built NterNow from scratch. It was a few years to get the message out, trying to convince home builders that if we let these strangers into your homes, we verify their driver's license,
Yeah.
they're not going to sleep there. They're not going to steal anything. It's just like Airbnb. You walk in, you have a great experience on the weekend. You don't leave with all the lamps and the TVs. Like when you have the opportunity and the experience of something that you otherwise wouldn't, you treat the home with respect and everything like that. So we work with 100+ home builders today. This year we expanded into single family rentals. We're helping a lot of our builders with their build to rent initiatives as well. And
Awesome.
we're definitely rapidly growing.
That's great. It makes me laugh because, yeah, years ago when Airbnb was a little even foreign, people were worried, like, what if they steal grandma's like fine piece of china? And what if they take our TVs off the wall? Because if you're in home building, lots of TVs get stolen. So,
Yeah.
but it doesn't happen, especially when you have like extra security measures in place to make sure these are legit home buyers touring the home. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many years, like how long have you been around, and how do you see the landscape changing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you hit it on the head. So in 2018, 2019, when we started the company, this sounds forever ago, but mobile apps were quite new. So NterNow built a mobile app, license scanning your driver's license, QR codes, all these things were quite foreign that we tried to introduce to the industry. Keyless locks, no lock boxes, things like that. The whole innovative concept really took over. One of big champion of ours early on was Chris Hartley that really helped push us into the industry to get our first few clients, our first 10
Mhm.
clients, first 25 clients. And then we've really benefited from COVID and several years of innovation. So COVID, when nobody could show homes, at the time, NterNow was primarily on empty inventory homes with no staff around. COVID really thrust us into hundreds of home builders, into model homes and inventory homes in California. You couldn't even tour with somebody during COVID. So our little startup thrust to the forefront, and that's really how we gained our experience in hundreds of home builders to date on the platform.
How do you find, I mean, obviously COVID was, I feel like you were this kind of cloud of support, right? When
Yeah.
COVID hit and people were closing down their sales offices and pulling some of their salespeople off site. Have you felt like there's been a rift of change? Like, was there a lot of use? Did it pull back? Is it coming back? Is it going away? Like, how are people actually adopting the self tours? Do you see it accelerating or different parts of the country that maybe adopt more?
That's a fantastic question. And just as you were sort of showing like the peaks and the valleys, I've lived the entrepreneurship life at this point. So we watched our startup take off going into COVID. And then post COVID, we went from 1 million homes on the market a month to down to 100,000 homes a month. So
Wow.
from an NterNow standpoint, it was brutal. We didn't have a lot of homes under management. We became a small company again. We had to rebuild, re-innovate, and sort of almost relaunch to the same success we had. So, people love the concept. They didn't have homes to sell in 2021, 2022. They sold themselves there for a while, or
Yeah.
people were buying dirt. And so, from an NterNow standpoint, where we help accelerate sales, where we help bring in new leads, you
Mhm.
know, um, I'd say today our category of self-guided tours is becoming a commonplace. Home builder feels out of place now without some type of technology like this. It's very actually prevalent in leasing and in some other verticals of real estate. And home
Mhm.
builders are slow to adopt this type of technology. So,
Mhm.
it's becoming more commonplace between the top 200, definitely the top 400 as well. And we're seeing an absolute explosion of, enter now properties under management and just our type of technology being used on models and inventory homes. I'd say some innovative regional home builders and national are starting to do more buy online. They're restructuring their sales teams to be more OSC friendly. So just
Mhm.
to give you an example, some companies that we work with expanded into a new city over the past 2 years, and they might have changed their plans. So they've retrenched some of their sales professionals. They still have NterNow running completely independently in those cities where we can manage a whole community, a whole set of inventory homes, all without a lot of humans in the field. So this has
Mhm.
created a lot more efficiencies, more opportunities for economics of scale. In no way does this replace the sales team. It's really just their robot, their assistant in the field, etc. So
Yeah. Do you get any direct feedback from OSCs? I strongly believe in having in-house OSCs, and I strongly believe that the more tools we give them makes them better at their job because they're really about getting those high quality leads over to our sales teams for conversions. And so a tool like this, it's like if I have an agent that's busy or in doctor's appointment or something, and knowing like I can get someone in this home at any time, they're
yeah.
now a concierge, a better concierge for that home buyer. So do you get any feedback from the sales teams about the process, or how do they pick up that buyer after they've gone through? Is there anything with your technology or your process that gives them some insights or APIs connectivity? How does
Yeah.
it really feed that OSC process from your standpoint?
Great question, Jennifer. From an OSC standpoint, we'll go back to the value that self-guided tours and NterNow creates is that about 25% of all of our tours occur outside of hours. And a lot of the leads that self-guided tours capture, even during the day or on the weekends, transfers directly to the OSCs to sort of quarterback, to maybe channel between the different on-site sales teams. So they're definitely integral and part of our process. We find that the more leads we can capture and they relay to an OSC team, we directly relate that to self-guided tour success between their immediate follow-up, some of the ways that they handle our leads versus a traditional on-site salesperson.
Mhm.
We see OSC teams do really well with our type of leads. And then in terms of integrations, whenever somebody tours NterNow, it goes directly into Lasso and other type of CRM systems like HubSpot that they spend most of their time in. So they're able to follow up directly in real time. So if somebody's touring a home, they can give them a call or a text. They can sort of be a light-handed approach to sales, or they can have a different playbook to follow up with them after their tour. That way somebody can tour independently. We see different sort of playbooks for different type of builders, especially with their sales culture.
Gotcha. That's awesome. I know being able to tie it into the CRM now that I can honestly say more and more builders are incorporating CRMs and making it a part
Right.
of their workflows. That's so important. This is really gives you a little bit of air to even, champion a little bit more about what NterNow does. So from a competition standpoint, is there any, or not even just competition, just a marketing, let's say marketing standpoint, are there other things you offer the builder? Because, from a home builder marketing side of the fence where I've been, we're always thinking about, signage and QR codes and email marketing and website marketing. And data, we should be thinking about
Yeah.
data. What are some of the things that you feel like sets you apart with what you offer? A builder marketer, say I'm coming in brand new to NterNow, like what are some of the assets I'm going to get to help market this extra service that's now in my experience?
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a huge uptick in our sort of white labeled self-guided tours, as we call them. So NterNow, is a brand, but majority of our home builders want to white label this as their own type of program. And NterNow offers the best customer support. So we have marketing materials in terms of like Canva templates. So we've got signage. We even have a print and signing company now too. So we can handle all of that for you, ship it to you. We can send your hardware equipment right to you as well. So you can kind of have everything from one vendor and a lot of hands-on support, especially if you're trying to white label your own program. So just to give you an example, we work with several home builders. I'll shout out to New Homes Tradition in Washington. They actually call their self-guided tour program Open House Now. And so they have their own signage, their own templates. And so it's integrated into their website, it's integrated to on-site. So we provide them all the materials and website integrations, et cetera. And that's, another reason why we're so excited for the fOCUS360 integration is that we found, even about half of our customers already use fOCUS360. So on their website, as NterNow provides schedule a tour links on their website, now we can integrate directly into your community site maps, right into your interactive floor plans, and a lot of automation in between the two. So a lot of marketing teams don't have to enter in a lot of information, et cetera. It's just an automated sort of process for them.
Awesome. Yeah. Speaking of integration, you just did some of my work for me.
Yeah.
No, that's
Well,
great.
we're excited
I mean,
about it.
just to explain to our viewers where we're having the integration is on fOCUS360 side is our next platform. So our sales kiosk, and our sales kiosk is served up in a sales environment, a live sales environment, but also has interactive pieces that can be part of your website experience. And so when you're guiding your customer through their sitemap, through their journey of just deciding which lot, which home site, which elevation, which floor plan they want. They also have the ability to schedule a tour right there if they want to go off to that home site. So that is where the integration. The integration is actually simple for us. We look for partners like Barrett to say, hey, we know the customer wants to do A, B, C, D, E. Let's just go ahead and add in your step. It's nothing that we provide, but we just feel like it should be there for the customer. So that is where that integration is happening. It's really as simple as a button. When you use both services, they now, give the customer one experience, which is fabulous. So talking about when you're looking at, partners with integration, I selfishly have to ask, what makes you interested in a customer to integrate? Like, where did you see a fit in what fOCUS360 was doing as we were just exploring conversation?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd say, a lot of the clients we started to onboard onto our platform, the gravity was pulling us that way. Hey, we want to integrate NterNow into our website, but we already work with fOCUS360, our interactive sales kiosks, et cetera, online. But definitely where we thought you guys were highly innovative as well is, trying to create more immersive experiences for the consumer. So self-guided tours, we allow you to get into the door so they can have convenience to tour at their own time without sales pressure. That's sort of what we do out of the gate. But just being able to layer on some of the other digital experiences. So as a home buyer, you might walk into a vacant, empty home all by yourself. So,
Mhm.
what type of experiences can we also give them, whether they're digital brochures or getting them back to the builder's website, getting them back to the sales team, aligning, the different innovations that the marketing team might buy, whether they invest in Novi Home or other type of technologies in the space. How
Yeah.
can NterNow as a channel partner sort of integrate some of these pieces together to give that home shopper more of an innovative experience? So that's how we're trying to digitize some of the physical world over
Well,
over here.
that's fabulous. I keep saying it's up to the service providers in this industry to really come up with the solutions that champion a streamlined customer experience. So, we work with Novi too. So love these conversations, love the dialect for sure. Well, I wanted to ask you just one last question. Again, we keep these relatively short. So what areas of innovation are you watching or partaking in in the home building industry? And I know you have this AI interest as well, a little bit of an application, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I tried to jump into the early AI train immediately. I definitely have an engineering background, so we wanted to build something in this space. And then I interviewed, I don't know, 50 of our clients or so, and everybody was cautious for AI. They didn't know what to do in our industry. They didn't know how to use it. It's not like everybody just writes, the same standard marketing copy everywhere. So, we created homescribe.ai. It's totally free to use. I really just wanted to create like a early adopters version, or like a Wikipedia for AI recipes for our industry, just like a place where you would go if you're completely unfamiliar with AI or how it pertains to your job. So we have a little catalog. So if you're in sales or marketing, or you're writing PR or ads, you can run these little snippets that, test the way to use AI for your different copy. Just to give you an example, there's a little recipe to write a press release for a new community. So it's optimized for new construction. So it's
Mhm.
trained every day on what people are doing in our industry. And it's got a little way of being like an immediate type of resource for somebody. It's totally free and it's fun to use. So we have a community approach. So a lot of the community helps give us feedback on things that they like, and we try to make a recipe, or we try to update the code to make it work better for our users. We have about three or 400 people using it every month.
That's
From
awesome.
OSCs to on-site sales professionals and to marketing and PR firms. So uh,
Mhm.
we're here to just champion AI in our industry, really. So
That's awesome. Well, as it's growing, I'm sure you're going to see more people contributing, and these new technologies are hungry for data. So I think it's great. It's a great testament to NterNow to for you actually to help champion a lot of these new technologies and applications. So great shout out there. Anybody who wants to check it out. So we will wrap up today. I want to thank you so much, Barrett, for joining us and giving us a few nuggets about what NterNow offers the home buying experience. And if anybody else wants to learn more, obviously they can go to your website. You're on LinkedIn. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
yeah, absolutely. I'm on LinkedIn. That's probably one of the top places. That's how we get a lot of our introductions, etc. But you feel free to go to our website, www.enternow.com. And we're super excited for this new integration with fOCUS360. So we're going to be doing a lot of different campaigns out there, showcasing how the two of us work together.
Yes, coming soon. All right. Well,
Absolutely.
thank you, Barrett, and thank you to our viewers for tuning in today. So until next time, we'll see you on Tek Talk.